We're 310 hours into the world's hardest Pokemon Nuzlocke, Pokemon Run Bun. Chat, I have a story to tell you. I have a story of tragedy, of miscommunication, and of insane coincidence. I was gone Wednesday to Friday because I traveled to go to a wedding. Before I left, because I'm part of like the wedding party, I'm not like the best man, but like one step down from that, whatever that is, I'm part of those guys for the wedding, right? And so I call my friend a while back, maybe like a month ago, and he's like, it's on this date, and we talk about it briefly, get a couple of details down, and I'm like, okay, text me like when it is and like it's in the area you live. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I can stay like with you said? And he was like, yeah. Anyway, I'll just read out the texts. He said, June 26th, that's the date. I said, add it to the calendar, I'll be there. And he said, hell yeah, I cannot wait. And then I asked about, you said staying at your place is fine and arriving the Wednesday before works, like around noonish. And he said, yeah, that works. And I said, should I bring any specific, like a suit? And he said, nah, we can worry about that when it's closer. And I said, all right, just let me know. So, I booked the flight. I get there Wednesday around noonish, and I knock on his door at the time that I said I was going to get there. And no answer. No answer at the door. I'm like, okay, you know, a wedding's coming up. Maybe they're out getting some stuff. Right? They're probably just like doing some last minute prep or something came up. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I text him. I said, I'm here. Are you out picking up some stuff right now? Or, and then he says, dude, we're literally in Mexico right now. And he sends me a photo of him on the beach. And I realize the wedding wasn't in 2025. It was in 2026. A year away. I just forgot. I must have misheard him or something. It's just, it makes sense now. He says, now we can worry about that when it's closer, about the suit, because it's a year away. But, chat, I was a year early for a wedding, but I did end up, I obviously couldn't stay at his place because he wasn't there. So I ended up just getting like an Airbnb, like on short notice. I was able to get in immediately, and I just messaged friends that I knew that was in the area. The first person that I messaged was off Wednesday to Friday, the exact days that I was there. I told them my address, and they were like, no shot. 60 seconds later, they're knocking at the door. They lived across the street from the Airbnb. Like, it's just perfect. So, like, we hung out. I did 3 escape rooms. I'm gonna say no records were broken. Honestly, only escaped from 2 of them. The third one didn't even escape from it. We were a 1 step away. I watched the 28 Years Later. Got a bunch of food. I mean, it was a nice vacation. I watched some Tears of the Kingdom bingo. A lot of people were doing that. A lot of people doing bingo lately for the bingo tournament. Tears of the Kingdom tournament coming up. All right, yeah. Anybody, it's public entry. Anyone can join. All you need to do is do a blackout and be one of the top 8 people that can black out a bingo board. Only 4 people have submitted so far, and you have 2.5 weeks to get a run in, and then basically if you make it into the tournament, you make $125 minimum. First place is 1,000 though. All right, chat. We really need to figure this out. Let's put some music on. It's the Tailwind team that also has just really strong Pokemon on the right side. And here's the line that we figured out so far. Nothing. We figured out nothing. Let's get Basket Legion. Do we need a Basket Legion? I think we try and get to Tate and Liza without catching anything, and then see if we can find a line. If we can't find a line, we get a Basket Legion. Because Basket Legion won't really help in this fight anyways. And I don't really want to play Tate and Liza until we get there. The thing is, it's a 50-50 for Basket Legion anyways. Chat, I gotta go. I don't have any more time in this stream though, for real. Do you guys know Pokedoku? We're gonna do today's Pokedoku really quick just to show you guys what it is, cause too bad. We're starting with the Pokedoku cause it's Flygon. HG did one today. Look, Flygon HG did one. We're gonna do Flygon HGs. A mono fighting type. What's that crab thing? Crab brawler. A mono water type. Finneon. A mono ground type. A mono ground. I can only think of Gen 1 Pokemon. No, Wooper isn't a one single type. I'm thinking. We'll come back to it. A middle evolution fighting type. What's one that like people forget is a middle evolution? Let me think. I'm thinking. Let's think of a Gen 6 Pokemon that's a middle evolution that's a fighting type. What fighting types are in Gen 6 that have 3 stages? Oh, you know what? We're gonna do like... What's it called? Komo-o? No, not Komo. Hakamo-o. Yeah. A fighting that can learn Flamethrower? That's Machamp. Stupid. Middle evolution water type. Anyways, let's water Flamethrower. A water type that can learn Flamethrower? Slowbro? Okay. A middle evolution water type. We're gonna go with I could pick a starter, but what's a 3-stage water type that no one thinks of? We want one that no one thinks of. That's the thing. I don't want it. Generally the later gens, like Gen 7 is where like the less people played. So we got to pick like Gen 7. A middle evolution from Gen. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know Gen 7 that well either. That's the problem. Okay, let's try a Gen 4. Gen 4 water type. That's just Shellos and Finneon. Is there a Gen 4 Pokemon that added like an evolution that people forget, or like a baby that people forget, like a Mantine, but like one more? Not really, no. Middle evolution of Electros. That's a great idea if it was a water type. Meryl? I feel like Meryl is... You know what? I'll do Meryl. Sure. Yeah, a lot of people picked that. A monotype ground. I can't think of anything except Sandshrew. Cubone? Yeah, whatever. Middle evolution ground. We could do Vibrava. We could do... not Grottle. We could do... Ooh, this one no one is gonna think of. Rhydon. Oh, okay, 13% of... That's my most common one yet. Shit. Ground type that can learn Flamethrower. I don't want to mess it up, man. Here's what I'm... The Pokemon that's in my mind is like Gibble. I'm gonna guess Gibble. I'm gonna try Gibble. Yes, I can learn it. Okay. Uniqueness, 46. Most unique is 22? Okay, Flygon HG's picks. Trapinch, Vibrava, Flygon. Okay. What is the most common? Did I pick any most common? Nice. I did not pick any most common. Did I pick any least common? Which I picked Gibble is the least common. Let's go. Really, Frogadier and Slowbro Mega Evolve. Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, anyways, chat. They asked me to do one. They asked me to make a Pokedoku in May, and I just noticed it now. So I made a Pokedoku this weekend. I haven't sent it to them, but I would be like, I don't know if they're going to allow it. I don't know if they're going to allow it because it's awful. It might be the worst Pokedoku anyone's ever made. I'm not going to tell you more than that. But like, I would be surprised if anyone got it. Got all 9. I recommend trying to get Basculegion. Yeah, fuck it. All right, I'm sick of calcing. I think it's time we just go see if we're gonna hit the 50-50. I think we're just gonna hit the 50-50. We're gonna try and get Basculegion. Right? Yeah, Route 124 has a 50-50 chance for a Basculegion or a Bruxish. Chat, we're taking a big risk here. We're kind of at the end of our rope here. This fight has caused, like, this fight that we've been planning for 7 or 8 hours. We have nothing. It is a coin flip between Basculegion and Bruxish. If we get Basculegion, the Tate and Liza fight get a lot easier, and we need to use a lot less resources. If we get Bruxish, like, I don't know how we beat Tate and Liza. Like, I just don't know how we do it. There's probably a way, but it's going to use a lot of resources. Like, half of the resources we have right now, including sacrifices. We need Basculegion. Round 124. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But we have to. Our last two encounters are Pokemon that are basically bricks. Please don't screw us again. Basculegion, please! Basculegion, please! Barraskewda, okay. We already have a Barraskewda, so we run from it. It's a ghost type, so we can always run. That's a dupe. We already have one of those. Please, please! That's Barraskewda again. That's the other 30% chance Pokemon. Man, my heart is beating so fast. Please, please, please! It's a Barraskewda again! I already have one of those! Please. It's another Barraskewda! That's the fourth one! This is a 30% chance! Please, please! Basculegion. Oh, it's a 30% chance! What the heck? What are the odds of that? That's a 1 in 250? Please, Basculegion. Please, Basculegion. Please. Please. We're so fucked. We're so fucked. Oh my god. We're so fucked. That's a 50-50. 50-50 to get either a greatness or this. Which is just useless. We just need to hope that it has strong jaw and a good attack stat. Got it. I'm naming this sauerkraut. It's my least favorite food. Kimchi's great. Sauerkraut sucks. Alright. It's helpful, I guess, if it has, like, strong jaw, good IVs. You can have 2 different abilities. Minus speed nature. Is... That 50... We have lost so many... Like, our last... however many encounters have been so bad that it, like, decreases the odds of us winning immensely. Immensely. Like, we have lost so many coin flips in a row. We've spent 9 hours. There is nothing... There is no way we could find a way through this fight without using our most valuable resource. It's one of our 5 heart scales. Heart scales, you can use 1 to relearn a move, or you can use 1 to max one of the IVs, you know, your base stats of a Pokemon, or you can use 3 to change a nature of a Pokemon. The only realistic, reasonable way we could find to use this heart scale is to change Arcanine Hisui's 28 speed IV to 31, which gives it 3 more speed. It adds 3 speed points to it, which allows it to outspeed half of everything in this battle instead of just 1. It feels like we're throwing it away, but I'm pretty sure it makes this fight riskless, and this is one of the hardest fights in the game. It's a random double battle in Gym 7. It feels like such a waste, but I think we have to do it. Alright, how can I help you today? Maximize IVs. It costs 1 heart scale to maximize the IV of a Pokemon. Which Pokemon's IVs do you want to look at? Alaska. Baked Alaska. Which of your Alaska's IVs would you want to maximize? Speed. We've spent 9 hours, and we can't even get past the first 2 Pokemon consistently without using this speed scale. It's been, this is our 3rd stream, and I'm at my wit's end. We've tried to get an encounter to make it easier. The coin flip on that, we lowered our odds of getting a good Pokemon in the end game by 5% by doing that. We've used a heart scale now. It's this is 100% going to be the bloodiest gym yet, I think. It is the worst fight. Using a resource, it just feels bad, man. We did it. Alright, our Alaska now has 184 speed. A perfect speed IV. What's done is done. Chat, just imagine that our Arcanine only had 1 speed IV. Then we wouldn't feel so bad about it. We would have hesitated so much less. Lock in! We gotta fight these trainers! I think it's happening after, like, nearly 10 hours. Using the heart scale on Arcanine, it doesn't feel good. Alright. God, I'm so nervous. If we miss something, this could go so poorly. It's time. It's time. We're starting. A perfectly awful, horrifying time. Man, I am so dead tired after just planning this out for so many hours. Okay, so this fight sucks because Crobat doesn't kill anything. And so it can just attack randomly. The only Pokemon that this Crobat can kill is my Asparagus. So we're gonna let it attack Asparagus. If it didn't see kill on Asparagus, it would Tailwind. So what we're gonna do is Alaska outspeeds Excadrill and simply kills it on turn 1. And Crobat sees that it kills Asparagus and it'll always go for the kill. So Asparagus will detect to protect itself. There is a kill. Now, because Asparagus outspeeds the Medicham, Cinderace will come in. Cinderace was very annoying because it's very fast and it can change its type with its Protean ability. But we've leveled up Asparagus to 78, so only Pyro Ball kills. So, it will be using Pyro Ball on Asparagus. Libero, it's the same thing. Libero and Protean are the same ability. So, we've leveled up Asparagus to 78, so Pyro Ball always sees that it kills. This is where the first sort of inconsistency in the line, this is where the first branch of the line begins. There is a 90% chance that Pyro Ball hits and a 10% chance that it misses. If it misses, we need to plan out the battle mid-battle. We need to steer through all of our options. We're hoping that doesn't happen. We want Pyro Ball to hit because then Crobat always sees a kill. But Alaska will be using Head Smash to kill Cinderace after it attacks. It won't miss because we have a zoom lens. Asparagus will be switching into Hot Pot. Hot Pot is going to take an Acrobatics Flying Gem boosted from Crobat and the Pyro Ball. We really want to hit Pyro Ball because then it's on really low HP, and then Crobat sees kills with Acrobatics. We want it to hit. So, here comes the Acrobatics. The Flying Gem Acrobatics. And then here's the Pyro Ball, which hits, which means I can turn my brain off. Because now Crobat always sees a kill. Okay, we're pretty sure we had a consistent line no matter what. But this makes it a lot more straightforward, I think. Because now Medicham comes in, and Medicham is 1 point slower than my Alaska, but it is faster than Hot Pot. So, Medicham is guaranteed to attack Hot Pot this turn, as is Crobat, because they both outspeed and they kill Crobat, and they don't outspeed Alaska, basically. So Alaska will be using Flare Blitz to nearly kill Medicham. If Flare Blitz crits and burns, I think something could go wrong here, I've realized. But probably not. No, I think that's fine, actually. I'm pretty sure that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. So, we will protect on Hot Pot to keep him alive. Crobat Acrobatics, and Medicham is slower. Goes for the Zen Headbutt. Fantastic. So, again, Crobat will be using Acrobatics on Hot Pot. So, Alaska will kill Medicham with extreme speed. And Hot Pot will be switching to Togedemaru to take the Acrobatics. So there's the Acrobatics. We take a minimal amount of damage. So, now Crobat is either going to... It's going to Super Fang or Screech a random Pokemon. Fortunately, Head Smash just kills this Crobat. And Dumpling will be switching to Kecleon to take either a Screech or a Super Fang. There's Screech. That's fine, because after we kill Crobat, they don't have any more physical attacking moves. So now, Jinx comes out. And Jinx is going to use Fake Out on a random Pokemon. So we will be using Extreme Speed to deal... This has a Focus Sash as well. This isn't the only Pokemon with a Focus Sash. We will be using Extreme Speed to deal half of its HP. Or Knock Off to deal all of its HP minus the 1. As it uses Fake Out here. Alright, that's the 50%. So now Extreme Speed will kill Jinx, and we need to waste 1 turn with Garlic. So we'll just use Knockoff. I'll use Ice Punch. Why not? That's more fun. All right. So, now. Wait. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Wait. Why did I use Ice Punch? I forgot. Now we can Heat Wave. Oh, that's bad, man. So, I forgot that he was going to change type to Ice. So now Togekiss can Heat Wave. I was going to switch to 2D. Oh, wait. No, we're fine. We're still fine. I think we're fine because Togekiss has to use Tailwind this turn. Togekiss has to use Tailwind this turn. Since Togekiss doesn't see a kill, and it's slower than my Alaska, it has to use Tailwind. Because it says, yeah, Tailwind. If an AI Mon or its partner are slower than any player on the field, it's at +9. We could also just Sucker Punch and Rock Slide. And then... Or Flare Blitz would be better. Okay. So, yeah. I did make a slight mistake, but it's not... Like, it's not a mistake, but... we're totally safe to switch into Dumpling and Curry because Alaska outspeeds Togekiss. It's guaranteed to use Tailwind. It physically cannot use Spread Bug Rock Slide. It cannot. If it uses Heat Wave, it's a bug basically. It doesn't see a kill on Garlic. No, it does not see. It sees 50% on Garlic. So we switch into Dumpling and into Curry. This is totally fine. Can't you smack it twice? Just whatever. Don't worry about it. If it uses Heat Wave, it's the game is bugged. It literally can't. It has a Tailwind. I thought it was a problem. It actually wasn't. I thought it was a problem, but it wasn't a problem. It physically could have not. It physically could not have done anything but Tailwind on that turn. So now I fake out the Togekiss, so it can't move. And then Heavy Slam kills it. Rock Slide and Ice Punch would have just killed it. But Curry getting a kill is so cool. Curry never gets to fight. Come on. Yeah, that shows why deviating from a line is dangerous. I just never even I was like, I guess Kecleon could knock off or something, but no, we shouldn't have knocked off at all, or we should have knocked off. The thing is, in my head, I was like, what if when the Pokemon dies, Kecleon uses knockoff and it knocks off my own Arcanine Zoom Lens, and then I never have a Zoom Lens. That's what went through my head. I was like, I'll just Ice Punch instead. That's safer. What was I thinking? Dumpling 78. We've spent 10 hours on this damn fight. Alright, the next battle should be free. Another riskless fight. I mean, that was riskless at the end of the day. The next trainer is... the final battle. Before the leader. It is Gentleman Clifford and Macy. Macy has a Meryl, level 1, Quick Claw, Huge Power, Quirky Explosion. And then Passimian has the Receiver ability. Which, if one of its allies dies, it gets their abilities, which increases Passimian's attack insane. Passimian is custom AI. Does it detect first turn? Oh, here we go. A note for the Clifford and Macy double. It appears the Passimian gets an additional +8 to detect since its partner has huge power and it has receiver, amounting to a score of 14. All right, so it just detects first turn. 10-hour cook versus 10-minute cook. What the hell is this? A freaking YouTube video? 10-hour Pokemon battle versus 10-minute Pokemon battle. All right, it's fight time. Is the timer broken? What the fuck? Nope. Tab in. It's time. Last fight in the gym before the leaders. All right, so this fight is interesting. It has a little bit of a gimmick, and we're going to take advantage of that gimmick. Meryl is level 1. That is not a mistake. It is level 1 and it has huge power. It has huge power and Misty Explosion. So it just dies. Passimian has the receiver ability. And Passimian, because it has the receiver ability and its partner, this fight has custom AI where Passimian will detect on the first turn basically every single time. Unless it's easy kill, but it doesn't. So yeah, Passimian's gonna use detect and it's gonna get Meryl's huge power. A Pokemon is going to come in and is going to try and copy huge power from Passimian, and that is this whole fight, is they're just passing around abilities that are really strong. We're going to take advantage of that because the AI really likes copying its partner's abilities. And also, in addition to that, we know that Meryl is going to die and Passimian is going to detect, which gives us one free turn to do something. So we're going to Mega Evolve on the first turn and Hyper Voice. And Bok Choy is going to Tailwind, so we outspeed their entire team. So there's the Quick Claw Misty Explosion from Meryl. And according to the Pokedex, it says, no guard. Every move used or against this Pokemon will always hit. So even if Detect is out, it says it will always hit. Based on the no guard ability from Egg. It received huge power. That was actually planned. We knew completely. We knew the Pokedex was lying. Yeah, was my acting good, chat? Was it good? Anyways, so now Tauros wants to take Passimian's ability because Passimian has huge power and that's pretty damn good. So it's going to use roleplay on Passimian. The thing is, we have Tailwind and we outspeed them. So Hurricane on Passimian nearly kills it. Passimian does have a focus sash, so it can survive any one hit, but it can't survive 2 hits. So Passimian is going to not feel great here as we take the Hurricane. Bop! It goes down. And then we U-turn to kill. Bop! And that allows us to switch. To Meatloaf. And because you cannot pre-damage in gyms, Meatloaf, unfortunately, is not burned. And Tauros fails roleplay. But Meatloaf is burned because of its Flame Orb! Yay! So, yeah, Tauros, it roleplayed nothing. But it's like, ooh, Greninja has Protean. I want that ability. So now, it is, again, going to use roleplay on Greninja. But Hurricane and a burned Meatloaf Mach Punch kills Greninja. Now we hope this doesn't crit, because that kills Tauros sometimes, which is a little annoying. But anyways, yeah, there's that. Burnt Meatloaf, and no Tauros, the idiot, roleplays nothing again. Now Lycanroc comes in, and Tauros is like, ooh, Tough Claws. I want that ability. I want that ability. And it tries to steal it. But again, Hurricane and Mach Punch kills Lycanroc. Lycanroc doesn't know it's dead this turn. It does have Excel Rock, but it won't use it because none of my Pokemon one-shot it. Or outspeed and one-shot it at least. So it's just gonna sit there and die. So there's a Meatloaf Mach Punch. And here's a Hurricane from Egg. And yet again, Tauros is gonna roleplay nothing like an idiot. Alright, now, my Tailwind petered out. And Tauros and Meatloaf actually have a... Or Tauros and Egg have a speed tie, so there's a chance this Tauros will attack me on this turn. But a Hurricane and a Mach Punch kills it. You almost did it, Meatloaf. So close. Alright, we won the speed tie. And now they have a single Pokemon left. It's a Golduck. A Golduck with a Life Orb. Yeah, so now... Pidgeot and Meatloaf cannot kill this Golduck. I mean, they could. But... I want some of my other Pokemon to get some credit. So now, Pidgeot is going to switch to, Golisopod really quick. And Meatloaf is going to switch to, Noivern, just for fun. Ooh, we found its Life Orb. Wow. So yeah, it's just gonna Zen Headbutt Noivern, I think. Yeah. Youch! That was a crit. Alright, so, yeah. So, first impression plus Draco Meteor kills this stupid duck. Bang. And that is all of the trainers in Tate and Liza's gym. Only the leaders remain. So yeah, if you've watched a lot of the big creators do Tate and Liza, you'll see that they did a heist, right? They stole leftovers from one of the Pokemon. Because that is the widely accepted strat. But, like, Flygon HG, Peachal, they had Dragapult, which could one-shot every Pokemon on Tate and Liza's team. Or on Liza's team. So, this is significantly difficult and many Pokemon will die. So this is weird, chat. Because Tate and Liza is not a double battle, but it is still a 2v1. They each have 4 Pokemon, and you have to fight single battles back to back. Without healing in between. You get 6 Pokemon. You have to fight Azelf, Mega Latios, Zoroark, Hoopa, Tapu Lele, Latias, Mega Metagross, and Hoopa Unbound. There's a chance we have to sacrifice Delmise, or risk like a 1 in 32 on Hydreigon. But the 1 in 32 on Hydreigon is like a really high odds. Do I just fucking send Tate and Liza right now? Chat, I got an awful sleep last night and I am more prone to mistakes. I will start Wednesday's stream with this fight. And we're gonna get the Kubfu immediately.